The story of Chris Gardner, from homeless to millionaire. Chris Gardner was born on February 9, 1954, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. His childhood was anything but easy. He grew up in a poor neighborhood, raised by a single mother who suffered abuse at the hands of Chris's stepfather. There were days when there wasn't enough food on the table, and nights filled with fear rather than dreams. But Chris had something special, a spark. He didn't let his environment define him. He had seen the worst of life, and he made a silent vow one day he would create a better future, not just for himself, but for his future children. Chris's path wasn't straightforward. After high school, he joined the Navy, hoping it would give him structure and a shot at a decent life. It did. He worked as a medical assistant and later as a lab technician. But money was tight, and the road ahead was unclear. He tried his hand at medical equipment sales, which brought in some income, but not enough. Then one day, everything changed. While walking down the street in San Francisco, Chris saw a man step out of a red Ferrari. Curious, he asked the man, "What do you do?" The man replied, "I'm a stockbroker." That was all it took. Chris decided, right then and there, he was going to be a stockbroker. But the road to that dream was brutal. Chris had no college degree, no formal training, and very little money. Still, he applied to stock brokerage training programs. Eventually, he got an unpaid internship at Dean Witter Reynolds, a well-known brokerage firm. Now here's where it gets hard and inspiring. Around the same time, Chris's relationship with his partner broke down. She left, and Chris found himself with sole custody of his toddler son, Christopher Jr. That's right, a single father trying to survive, chasing an unpaid internship, and raising a child. Soon, they were evicted from their apartment. Chris and his son became homeless. They slept in train station bathrooms, homeless shelters, and sometimes even under his office desk after hours, anything to get by. Chris would line up for soup kitchens, then go sell medical equipment during the day to afford diapers and food. Through it all, he never gave up. He studied harder than anyone else at the firm. He made hundreds of cold calls a day. He memorized scripts, built client lists, and pushed himself beyond exhaustion. His son never knew they were truly homeless. Chris made sure his little boy felt loved and protected, no matter what. Then, finally, the breakthrough came. Out of 20 interns, only one would be offered a full-time job. Chris was that one. He was hired at Dean Witter, and from there, he rose quickly. In a few years, he became a top earner at Bear Stearns, but Chris wasn't done. In 1987, he founded Gardner Rich & Co., his own brokerage firm. From a man sleeping in a bathroom to owning his own firm, the dream had become reality. Eventually, he sold his stake in the company in a multi-million-dollar deal. Chris didn't just achieve success, he turned it into something bigger. He became a philanthropist, motivational speaker, and author. His memoir, The Pursuit of Happiness, became a bestseller, and in 2006, it was turned into a Hollywood film starring Will Smith, a powerful tribute to his journey. Today, Chris Gardner uses his story to inspire others. He speaks around the world, especially to disadvantaged youth, veterans, and single parents. His message is simple: you can do anything if you refuse to give up.